What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Today is Wednesday. It's May 25th, 2022. My name is Jeremy. This is my first cup. Good morning to Tommy and Jenny and Stacy and Nathan and all the rest of you, whether you're watching live later or listening. Thanks for coming by. We may not do a full episode. I've got some sinus thing going on. Sinus pressure. It's very uncomfortable. It happened yesterday. It has progressed. I had a hard time sleeping. And we are on the verge of, the royal we. I am on the verge of contacting a doctor because this now makes 3 illnesses in a month. That doesn't happen for me. Assuming we call this an illness and not remnants from the last time I was sick. I don't know. It's very frustrating. So took some ibuprofen. We'll see if I can get the pressure down. Otherwise, I'm going to have a very frustrated client. I've got this client that we've been working on her website, and we were supposed to be spending half a day in person hammering through a bunch of stuff. I feel really bad, but we do what we got to do. Good morning also to Frank and Andy and Mark. Oh, how was your Tuesday? I recorded 4 episodes of Martial Arts Radio. They came out wonderfully, at least I thought so. And proud of the work that I did and excited for you all to hear them. We might do one of them in video. We'll see. Might be a Patreon thing. I don't know. We'll find out. Right now, I'm not committing to anything because my brain hurts. It's really the short of it. It's right there. It's just like, it's unpleasant. That was about all I did. Ran a shipment over to the post office. After interviews, I thought about going out working in the garden, and I just didn't have the energy for it because my sinuses hurt. Watching the birds out in the backyard, running around. Oh. I feel like there was something else. We are going to save the conversation that you all have been incredibly prolific with that is in the First Cup page. For those of you who might be new, facebook.com/firstcupwithjeremy. I asked the question, how did I phrase it? Scenario. Someone has never seen a martial arts film and asks you what they should see first. What do you say? And there are a ton of comments. You guys got in on this and you're responding to each other, and I love it. I will say, I think some of you have terrible choices. Some of you are setting people up for failure because you're forgetting about the era. I think some of you just in general like certain martial arts movies and you don't understand that other people aren't going to like them. But that's your prerogative. We'll likely talk about that tomorrow when my brain works a little bit better again. That's an interesting idea. Stacy says, pollen count is crazy high. My eyes are itchy. I have had symptoms of pollen allergies in the past. But this doesn't act like that. Maybe? Who knows? Frank. I sneezed really hard the other day, and while I didn't break any bones, there was some tissue damage. I love it. So tell me what you're doing today. What are you doing? I think, even though I'm going to keep trying, because when am I supposed to be there? 11/1? I don't remember. I have to look at my calendar. But I've got some time, and I'm going to try to get this under control. Ibuprofen clearly doesn't seem to be doing it. I got a couple other things in my bag of tricks that I can try to see if it'll bring the pressure down. But, yeah, I don't like being sick. I don't like feeling poorly. 'Tis unfortunate. Other than that, cars going out on a rental. Right? Yeah, that's today. What else? I think that's it. Well, Stacy's seeing her prosthodontist friends, folks that I know well, very, very kind people, and then going to work. Jenny says, Matt is listening while taking care of Lilith. You heard Frank's joke and told Lilith, there's your mama's friends. They're your mama's friends. Good morning, Brian. Kelly says, fun day yesterday. Second invite mom to class day and first preschool taekwondo end of year demo and board breaking. Today, repeat of both events. Cool. Good stuff. For those of you, just keep going. Just keep adding it in there. Frank, what do you give a horse that's sick? Cough stirrup. Ooh, I'm warming up. Take the hood off. I'm drinking immune support tea because I don't know what else to do with the tea. Drank a bunch of coffee yesterday. Was a little wired up. It was okay. We do have something for Frank from Frank. We'll go over in a few minutes. Something that I think is important to go over. I'm supposed to go to a business mixer this evening. Yeah, I want my head to just go. I want a chiropractic adjustment right now. I haven't done chiropractic in years. I really should. I had a great chiropractor. She retired. We used to trade. It was great. I did all of her computer work. She crunched my neck and back. Worked well. Tommy says yard work and classes tonight. And Jenny says, keep going, Frank. Laughter is the best medicine. Well, I don't want to laugh too hard right now because that's going to hurt my brain. I might go on antibiotics. I hate antibiotics. Whatever. All right. Let's take a look at what Frank sent. We're gonna end early because my brain this is difficult for me. All right. So today, come on, computer, switch over. There we go. Today is National Missing Children's Day. For more on this issue, we turn to quotes from violence prevention expert Gavin de Becker. He is the author of a fantastic book titled Protecting the Gift, Keeping Children and Teenagers Safe. His primary book, of course, is The Gift of Fear. Number one, for some parents, as with Jason's father, the least popular feature of their children is defiance. Yet it is one of the most important for safety. If defiance is always met with discipline and never with discussion, that can handicap a child. The moment the 2-year-old defiantly asserts his will for the first time may be cause for celebration, not castigation. For he is building the courage to resist. If your teenage daughter never tests her defiance on you, she may well be unable to use it on a predator. That's powerful. I think, I always temper any conversation about raising kids with the fact I don't have kids. And I understand that there are plenty of things that seem easier, simpler from the outside than they are on the inside when it's you raising the kid and you're trying to maintain peace and you're trying to balance a whole bunch of things. But it does seem that we give children a lot of mixed messages about what we want them to do and how we want them to act. We want them to be independent, but only when we give them space to be independent. We want them to speak up for themselves, but not with us, right? Things like that. And that's what that quote goes into. And I think that that's pretty great. Good morning, Dennis. Next. And if you have feedback on this, if you have a response, I definitely want to hear it. Number 2, some parents have taught their small children, go to the manager. But this poses the same problem of identification as with the policeman. That small name tag is several feet above the child's eye line. I don't believe in teaching inflexible rules because it's not possible to know they'll apply in all situations. There is one, however, that reliably enhances safety. Teach children that if they are ever lost, go to a woman. Why? First, if your child selects a woman, it is highly unlikely that the woman will be a sexual predator. Next, as Jan's story illustrates, a woman approached by a lost child asking for help is likely to stop whatever she is doing, commit to that child, and not rest until the child is safe. A man approached by a small child might say, head over there to the manager's desk, whereas a woman will get involved and stay involved. That is one of the best pieces of advice I have ever heard on the subject, and I agree, and it makes sense, and I'm curious what you all think of it. Take care, Andy. Tommy says, oh, my daughters could be difficult. And Jenny says, the next 17 years are going to be rough for me, aren't they? Ha, ha, ha. I guess so. Any feedback on that one? See, this is the nice thing about de Becker is that while I haven't read his books, what I am aware of what he has said, I'm in agreement with. And our last one here. You cannot turn a decent man into a violent one by being momentarily rude, but you can present yourself an ideal target by appearing too timid. We live in this interesting time where we are told, be quiet, sit down, and we're finally seeing a counter movement to this. This idea that if we, I can't really think now. Give me a second. We're taught to get along with everyone. We're taught to be kind. We're taught to be nice. We're taught to be completely empathetic. That's not possible. And I think so many of us have taken that messaging and sacrificed ourselves, our own well-being, our health, our needs, our wants, in an attempt to meet that expectation. I know this was a big thing for me through my 20s, and I feel like I'm just getting a handle on it. Everyone doesn't have to like me. They don't have to understand me. They don't have to agree with me. But hopefully they'll give me space to be me. Kelly says, I always reminded myself that the attitudes my children gave me will help them be great adults if I let them live that long. Happy to say my youngest will be 18 in July, so we did it. Stacy says, I certainly agree with that statement. I'm curious if any of you have read this book. And if not, I would be interested if any of you would choose to read this book and kind of report back. Because if this is what's coming out of this book, sounds like there's a lot more good stuff in there. All right, I'm going to close out. This hurts. This is not getting better. This is getting worse. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for all that you do in support of whistlekick, etc. Whether it's the buying something with the code FirstCup15, whether it's contributing to the Patreon, patreon.com/whistlekick, or whether it's checking out the family page, whistlekick.com/family. We do the show every weekday, 6:30 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, even when I'm not feeling well. On Facebook, on YouTube, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're on Twitter. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are on Twitch. Frank has listened to this and his other book. Oh, good. I'd love to learn more. Jenny says, one of the side effects of my childhood, I was taught to fear stepping out of line for a long time. It made me afraid to speak up, afraid to, quote, ruffle any feathers. I made decisions that kept others happy. I understand that. Even to the point of making sacrifice. So, all right, everybody. Take care. Be well. Feel free to add to that ongoing conversation in the First Cup group about movies and what movie you would share with someone as their first martial arts film. Those of you who posted early, please go back, check out the other comments, see if you disagree. I like seeing the conversation. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.